This is a little bit different of a seat than I'm kind of used to when I'm looking at snow, but we are here with the one and only Mr. Skipper. So we are in one of the Turin Ridge Riders groomers, what is this?
This groomer in particular, it prefers to be called Skidmore.
Okay.
It is a 2014 Case Puma, IH Case Puma 160, and it's mounted on Nokian Haka Paletta tires. It's got a Susi blade, and it's pulling a trail paver, OG trail paver, the original design.
There it is. So we are out headed to a destination to start grooming. Good thing about these tires is you can do this.
Yeah, gives us a lot of flexibility. I mean, they work really well when you have areas of trails that are rough and other areas of trails that are smooth, and you want to use the roadways to your advantage. Allows us to groom really efficiently and at a pretty good speed. So definitely something that's worth having for us. It's a great tool in the toolbox, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. So I know we've talked about it before, and we've done, we come up and we help Skipper set some trails up and stuff.
Hugely appreciated.
Yes, we do, all that we can. And without guys like Skipper and all the volunteers, and I'm not talking about just Turin Ridge Riders, I'm talking about all the clubs.
Yeah, like 230 clubs in New York State.
Is that how many it is?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So without those clubs and those volunteers, we don't have trails to ride on. And even if we did have trails and there was no clubs, they'd be very bumpy.
They'd be very bumpy and, not very well marked, and just be riding through people's backyards under permission. So that's exactly fun either.
And then, and get people very angry. So what I was getting at is, support your local clubs. Again, it's all volunteer. Skipper's not getting paid to do this. There's tons and tons and tons of people out there that are part of clubs and volunteer. So, be appreciative of them. Watch the signs, listen to the signs, give the guys a high five, give them a thumbs up if you're passing them. Because again, without these guys, there is no snowmobiling. So join the club, join multiple clubs.
Yield to the groomers too.
Yes, yield to the groomers for sure.
Really important. They have the right of way and expect them anytime, anywhere, any place. I mean, today it's a beautiful afternoon here. It's pushing 4 o'clock, so we're just heading out for our grooming run. We'll be grooming during the daytime a little bit, but it's really cold, so it makes sense to do so. And traffic is pretty low.
Very, very, very cold. But we're thankful that we got snow. We're thankful that we got cold. We were just talking about it just before. It's shaping up to be a really great season as of right now. So definitely get out there and ride and enjoy. Be safe. And again, thank your local clubs and join clubs.
Thanks.
So once we get on the trail there, don't be that guy.
Come on, what the heck?
Like,
beautiful groomed trail there.
Yeah, you have a perfectly groomed trail and you got to go out there and annoy landowners. I just don't get it. I don't get it. If you want to go and ride and powder in backcountry, go out west. What a beauty that is. It looks good to come in this way. At a whopping 7.3, 7.4 mile per hour. Turning up some snow. Very cold, very hard. Extremely hard, you can hear it. So Skip grooms one night a week. He's got a handful of, not a handful, he got a couple handfuls of other operators at
20 or so.
20 or so that all pitch in to come out and do this. So we've been at it for a little bit. I've asked Skipper probably about 9,000 questions so far. And we still got a ways to go. So this is his trail heads to Whiskey Jack's.
All trails do.
All trails do. You're right. You're 100% right. But I head out to out towards High Market still, and double back. So we're out here. We're at High Market Inn. Stopped for a restroom stop. But we're out here making trails great again. As you can hear, it's very, very crunchy. Yeah, I'm gonna go and stomp on it.
Pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
We're going for it. Back to work.
Yep. Back in the rig. Now we're heading and do North Road again. That's where we just going to Taybolt's Corner. Yep.
They will stop and see flat cock.
The size of these tires, they're taller than I am.
That's your water up there, right?
Yes. My little jumper seat. Wow, it's cold out there.
Oh yeah.
Holy
I think
smokes.
you'll have to ride home.
Yeah, no kidding. We were gonna drive over to the groomer barn, and then I said, "Oh no, we'll take the sleds." Well, now we're kind of questioning that decision because now we got to ride home in this, however cold it is outside, which is cold. I'm sure people are gonna have some questions about tires, so Skip can.
Tires with a Y.
It's always exciting when you see the groomer coming the other way.
Just timing how long it takes us to get back to Plumber. So we might have to hit this again. Because I can just tell by their headlights. I just can't cut any harder because it's too
Right.
hard. But I can tell by their headlights that we're still hitting bumps.
Yeah.
Really, really get in this shape.
So we decided that North Road needed another run. So we're shooting back. We turned around at Plumber. Now we're going back to High Market. Just to give you guys the best trails possible.
Didn't have everything set quite perfectly.
Nope.
So, but
Always room for improvement.
aim to please.
Yep.
So another run won't hurt anything.
Nope.
Burn a little extra fuel, but it'll make for a nicer trail for everybody.
Yep. Just got to get the memory out of the bumps.
That's it. When it's cold like this, you can only shave so much at a time.
We're cruising now.
Yeah, 'cause now we don't have much left to do. Now
Right.
I would call this the chef's kiss.
Mwah. Look at them tires.
You want to talk about the tires?
We can talk about the tires. The TYR.
I'd like to talk about the tires.
You would like to talk about tires?
Yeah, why not?
We can talk about tires then. All right, so yeah, we're in a groomer that's on snow. Most of the ones you see have tracks. Sorry, I'm gonna try and hold it as still as I can.
Told you we had to prove it again. Yeah.
What do we have tires on? Like, why? How does this work?
We do have 3 machines, 2 of which have tracks and 1 of which has tires. This machine having tires. Major advantages to the tires. Cost of a set of purpose-built snow grooming tires like these Noki and Paca Paletas. With work to the rims to make sure the rims are the appropriate size is around $8,000. A cost of new tracks for this machine, including all of the hardware and then of course the rubber tracking part, is about 110, 120,000, give or take.
That's
So roughly 7% of the cost of a set of tracks. So that's advantage number one.
which is quite an advantage.
I mean, let's talk about the major disadvantage. If there is a disadvantage, you are putting more pressure to the ground. So therefore, you need to be very careful or very cognizant of that, and you need to. These are not meant for situations where you really are going to be like in marshy areas, unless the ground is frozen, obviously. And you also don't want to run the edge of the trail too much, or just like your car, if you're running the edge of the road and there's some, snow on the side of the road, you could potentially get sucked into the deeper snow. So you just got to be cognizant of that. With that being said, the tires obviously make up for huge cost differential and the upfront cost. And then in terms of operating, it's a tire, so there's no other moving parts. There's no like bearings to grease. There's no oil to fill. It's just a tire. So huge savings there from like a tractor maintenance and savings standpoint, or from a groomer maintenance and savings standpoint. Also huge advantages because you lose a lot of power and you lose a lot of gear ratio in the tracks. So in this machine we're running today, right now, and this is not as fast we typically go. This is just a finished run here on a trail that we've already hit once. We're in 15th gear running roughly 12 miles an hour. If I had tracks on and I was in 15th gear with the tracks, I'd be doing probably between 6 and 8 somewhere.
That's a big difference.
So from a speed standpoint, I mean, you can only go so fast when you're growing, to allow the snow to process and play the trail if you want to. But from an efficiency standpoint, it's huge. Now, the other major advantage is you might have caught today if you piece this thing back and forth together is we had areas of our trail system that needed grooming and other areas that did not. So because we were able to assess that ahead of time, we could then use the tires and the roads to our advantage and run the roads to get to the spots that needed groom them, and then move on to the other spots that needed grooming. So, that's kind of like the comparison between tires and tracks. This was not a new idea that we came up with. Clubs in called like Michigan, Wisconsin, have been running tires for quite some time. These same tires, in fact, and they were nothing but positive on it and told us the only mistake that you've made is not getting them already. So that's kind of the difference between the tires and the tracks for anybody that was interested.
Mm-hmm. And again, as you can see, they're doing just fine. They get a little bit more fuel efficiency out of it too.
Oh yeah,
they're not working
about a quarter,
25%. Which, hey, it all adds up. So, yeah, we're learning. I'm learning. Like I said, the first time I've passed 1 million groomers in my life, but I've never been in one grooming the trail. So, Skipper was awesome enough to let me pilot this jumper seat here and go get some trails flattened out for you guys. And that, folks, is a day of grooming, or good day, night, whatever you want to call it.
What was that?
I'm recording.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I was just telling them that's a day/night of grooming.
Yes, great.
So just like we were talking about, here's their other tractor with the tracks. Clearly much more going on than just a set of tires. So, nonetheless, they both have their purposes. But yeah, everyone, I mean, it takes a lot to get these trails in the shape that they are and to keep them maintained and keep everyone happy. We're just here to try and show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes stuff and what goes into trails up on Tug Hill. But that's going to do it. We got a frigid frigid ride home, and got to get home to Ryder. But big thank you to Skipper for letting me tag along today. Everyone at Turin Ridge Riders and everyone that is part of any club and that volunteers their time or effort or money or whatever it may be, their properties, for us to ride on. We all appreciate it, and we can't do it without each and every one of you. So again, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, go join clubs and help them out. Talk to you later.
Soundstripe.